Hey, y'all. So, coffee, right? Yeah. So, I want to talk to you today for a few minutes on the thought of becoming a man of integrity, because one of the most profound transformations that happens when you begin to break free from all of these negative mental trances that have been holding you back and keeping you down is the ability to actually embody integrity completely. Integrity is more than just telling the truth. It's about living authentically. It's about aligning your actions with your values and creating a meaningful connection or connections based on trust and respect. And when you operate as a man of integrity, you naturally attract others that live the same way, and you disengage from all of those that don't. This is not about harboring resentment or acting out in spite of what others are doing or being spiteful yourself, but it's about recognizing that your time, your energy, your relationships are sacred, and that you surround yourself with those that honor that. If someone lies to you or to someone that you've trusted them with, then they've shown that they're not aligned with your values. They don't deserve access to your time or trust. I tell everybody I'm the unhypnotist. My mission is to help men break free from the negative trances and the societal conditioning and the unconscious patterns that keep you stuck in cycles of deception. Both the lies that they tell others and the lies that they tell themselves. And so when you break free from these trances, you begin to see more clearly. You live with integrity, and you demand that from all of those around you. So we hear that word a lot, integrity, being a man of integrity. Well, what does that actually mean? Because a lot of times integrity is misunderstood as simply being honest. But it goes a lot deeper than that. A man with integrity is someone that tells the truth, speaks honestly even when it's difficult or uncomfortable. It's a man that lives authentically, aligns his actions with his values, creating a life of consistency and purpose. And it's a man that honors his commitments. He follows through on promises that he's made and responsibilities that are his, no matter how small or how inconvenient. And it's a man that shows respect to others. He treats people with fairness and kindness, even in conflict. Integrity is about living in alignment. The alignment with what we say, what we think, what we do. All of that is consistent. It's not about perfection. It's not about getting everything just right, but it's about striving to do what's right, even when no one else is watching. So before breaking free from these mental trances, these negative trances, a lot of men operate in a state of disconnection. They tell small lies, little white lies to avoid conflict, or they exaggerate to impress others, or they compromise their values to fit in. And these behaviors are usually coming from the unconscious, the subconscious mind, these negative trances. And they stem from areas in the subconscious that have that fear of rejection. That's one of the areas that these behaviors, lack of integrity, come from. We fall into that trap of thinking, well, if I tell the truth, they might not accept me. They might not like me. or we lack integrity because we're desiring approval. I need to embellish my achievements in order to gain respect and admiration from others. Or we are doing our best to avoid conflict by telling these lies. It's easier to lie than it is to deal with everything that goes on from telling the truth. And these patterns, they create this web of deception that not only damages our relationships, but it erodes self-respect as well. Each lie, each compromise, each misstep takes you further from your authentic self. And so we've got to break free from these negative trances, and that's going to require some courage. It means confronting your fears, embracing discomfort, and committing to truth, even when it's inconvenient. Because there is power in truth. The scriptures tell us that the truth shall make you free. So when you begin to tell the truth to yourself, first and foremost, and then to others, you unlock a powerful transformation. Because when you begin to tell the truth, it gives you a clarity of purpose. See, lies create mental clutter, and it makes it hard to focus on what truly matters. When we tell lies, we have to, and it's mentally taxing. You're having to constantly remember what you told someone in order to keep that lie up and to keep it going and perpetuating more and more lies in order to make that happen. So when we learn to be a man of integrity and we begin to tell the truth, we develop a clarity of purpose. Telling the truth clears that fog, and it allows us to live with intention. And then it builds strength of character. Every act of honesty builds your self-respect, and it reinforces your commitment to integrity, which in turn gains the respect of those around you because they know that you're going to tell them the truth no matter what. And by doing that, it builds deeper connections. This telling of truth, it fosters trust. It creates stronger relationships, authentic relationships that are genuine and meaningful. And so living this truth and living in truth and telling the truth doesn't mean you're perfect. It means you're real. And when you're real, you inspire others to be the same. So we've got to disconnect from this deception. A key aspect of living as a man of integrity is learning to identify and to disengage from those that operate without it. When someone lies to you or betrays your trust, it's a reflection of their character, not yours. And so we're going to have to start cutting ties with dishonest people. And that's important because by cutting these ties with these people that are dishonest with themselves and with us, we're protecting our energy. See, lies create unnecessary drama and conflict. And by severing these ties, you free yourself to focus on those more meaningful relationships. By severing your ties with others that are dishonest, it maintains your standards. Allowing dishonesty in your circle, it lowers the bar for what you accept. And disconnection from these people sends a clear message about your values, about your standards. And it prevents contamination in your circle. See, trust is a foundation in all relationships. And when that trust is broken, it can mess with your outlook. And it can lead to suspicion and that guardedness with other people around you. And that takes away your time and your energy. So we've got to learn to let go of these dishonest people. Now, I understand, cutting people out of your life is not the easiest thing to do. But letting go of these dishonest people, it's not about hate. It's not about vengeance. But it's about recognizing that these people have chosen a path that's incompatible with yours. It's okay to wish them well, but move forward without them. You don't need them holding you back, weighting you down. And then we learn to live with integrity and practice. Becoming a man of integrity is not a one-time decision. It's a daily commitment. So how do you do that? How do you build and sustain a life of trust and authenticity? Well, you start with yourself. Integrity begins within. So take an honest inventory of your life. Where are there places that you're not telling the full truth, or where are places where you're telling little white lies? Where are places in your life where you're not being as forthcoming as you could be? And then look at yourself and within, and take some time and reflect. Are there areas where your actions don't align with your values? Another question you can ask is, what lies have I been telling myself about who I am or what I'm capable of? And the hardest lies to confront are the ones that we tell ourselves. So that's where you want to start. Start there. Then cultivate this mindset of speaking the truth with courage. To yourself and to others. Telling truth can be uncomfortable, especially when it challenges others or it exposes your vulnerabilities. But courage is built through action. So we do that by practice. Practice saying what you mean without exaggeration, without sugarcoating. Own your mistakes and take responsibility. Far too many look to put the blame on anyone and everyone else. And it's an age-old thing that we men tend to do that. We go all the way back to the beginning in the garden. In Genesis, where God confronts Adam and he's, what have you done? And Adam points the blame on someone else other than himself. He says, it was the woman that thou gavest me. And so ultimately, Adam is not even blaming Eve. He's blaming God for giving him Eve. And because of that, he didn't own his mistakes. He didn't take responsibility, but he rather pointed the blame somewhere else. So we've got to learn to own our mistakes. I make a lot of them. And we've got to learn to take responsibility for it. And then learn how to express your feelings honestly, even when it's difficult. Not everything is going to be fine. But there are feelings that we experience as men that we tend to try to suppress, that we've got to learn how to express openly and honestly, even when it's difficult. And then we set some boundaries. Because integrity is not just about what you do. It's not just about what I do, but it's also about what you allow in your circle. If somebody lies to you, manipulates you, or disrespects your values, you've got to set some clear boundaries. Address their behavior directly and honestly. And if the dishonesty continues, disengage from them with respect but with firmness. And then begin to surround yourself with people that share your commitment to truth. And then lead by example. You see, integrity is contagious. When you live authentically, you inspire others to do the same. You be the kind of man that encourages honesty in others by creating a safe space for truth. I hope that I make it very understandable that anyone can come to me at any time with any problems that they have with me or with those around them, and be open and honest and truthful with me. I hope I've created that environment for those around me. So be a man that encourages people to be honest with you. Be a man that encourages people to be accountable. Hold them to accountability, but do it with grace and understanding. And be a man that models consistency in your word and in your action. And then stay accountable. Staying accountable builds that integrity. And integrity requires vigilance. Regularly evaluate your actions, your decisions, your relationships, to ensure that they align with your values, because your values may change over time. And so stay accountable. Have a group of men that you can partner with, that can come alongside you and help you stay accountable. Seek relationships that align with your values. And look for feedback from trusted mentors or friends who can help you stay on track. And that's what I do with the men that I work with, is we have this group dynamic where we're working together to stay accountable, to stay with others that their values align with ours. And by doing this, by becoming a man of integrity, this transforms every aspect of your life. It builds stronger relationships. Authenticity attracts authenticity. You'll begin to build deeper, more meaningful connections with the people who share your values. It will increase your confidence. When you live in alignment with your values, you begin to feel a profound sense of self-respect and inner peace. And it gives you greater influence with others, because people trust men of integrity. Your honesty, your authenticity will inspire and motivate others around you to follow your lead. And it gives you freedom from drama. By disengaging from dishonest people, you create space for your relationships that enrich your life, rather than those that are constantly draining. So it's not just something you do. Integrity should be a way of life. And by breaking free from these negative trances, it's not just about escaping these old patterns, but it's about stepping into a new life. A life of integrity, a life of truth, a life of purpose. And when you live authentically, you align with your values. You build trust with others, and you create this life that reflects your highest potential. Integrity is your foundation. So get that set now. It's the standard by which you live. It's the compass that guides your decisions. It's the shield that protects your energies. Whether it's in your personal relationships, your professional endeavors, or in your inner life, truth is the cornerstone of real and lasting real and lasting transformation, right? Easy for you to say. And so if somebody lies to you, let them go. Not out of hate, but out of respect for your own values, for your own time. Wish them well and continue on your journey with clarity, with purpose, with integrity, because the man who lives in truth can't be stopped. He's free. And that's what you were made to be. Free.